So now that we have learned how to make simple shapes, apply some colors, apply some style to it, add text, and work with artboards, we're now going to put this all together and create a very simple mock logo of a supposedly company that we are going to make an app for. So let's hold the space bar and click and drag to a new area over here. We'll press the A button and we're going to create a new artboard that will be square. So we're going to hold the shift key and let's make it about, let's say 450. So on the right side we can still edit the dimensions of this specific frame. So 450 by 450. You see it automatically adjusts because we have constraint proportions set to on here. So now we have a nicely square frame. Let's put something inside. So let's start with an oval, a bit like this, and let's put a little gradient in there. So we're going to pick a radial gradient and let's go from, say, a bit pinky to a nice shade of blue, and let's make sure that it's fully like this, and let's move the center of this ball a bit to the top. So now we have sort of a spherical planet almost kind of thing going on here. And to add a little bit to that, let's get a, how about we're just going to get a square in there, and we're just going to remove part of the circle. So we're going to have the square and the circle selected. We'll choose the Boolean operation options and we'll choose subtract. Now we'll have the square removed from the circle, and as you can see it's slightly not like correct. So I'm gonna move this slightly down like this. Yeah, this will do for now. And now let's add another circle in below there, but make it slightly smaller. So let's copy and paste this circle. And as you can see, it's already outside of that Boolean operation zone. And we're going to hold Shift and Alt and then click and drag to make it smaller, but still have it contain its proportions and staying in the same position. So we're going to get this radial gradient again, maybe make everything slightly darker. And click outside of it again. And now we have sort of a, it's still kind of planety. So let's add a little text in there. Let's call our planet blob. And let's choose a nice font for that. So I'm just going to go into fonts.google.com. And we're going to create, I think a nice one would be a sans serif font for display. And I want it to be quite heavyweight, so I'm going to pick the thickness here and say that it should be pretty thick. Yeah. All right, so let's go for railway. Let's take doses. It's kind of nice. It has this comic feel to it. So we'll type here doses, and we're going to set it to extra bold and increase the size by a lot of steps by holding Shift and pressing up. So now we have a text there that we can put here. And now if we select both circles here and press Command G or Control G, we'll group it into one group. So we can easily move it around a bit. And let's say we're going to give this text a bit of an outside stroke that's going to be white, because then what we'll have, so let's set it to 20, press enter. And now if we move the text in here, you'll see that it automatically takes out the remaining space for those layers below. So now we have our nice blob logo. What we're going to do now, we're going to export it. So we're going to select everything that we have on the screen here. We're going to press Command G again in order to group it. And now we have this logo yeah, nicely grouped together. Let's rename it right away. So we'll call it logo. Let's rename the frame as well. Let's call it logo frame. And now we're going to export this. So what we'll do, we'll scroll to the bottom of the settings screen, the property screen here. And as you can see here, there's one button called export. So we'll click export and then we'll choose the size. So if we export this right now, this selected part as a PNG, it will come out with a transparent background color. We don't want that, we want it to be white. So we're going to select the entire frame, scroll down again, and now we'll see that export, we just clicked it, but now it's gone again. That is because this export is used for every single item that you click. So now the export is set for this, only this blob part. So let's remove it here, open the frame again, click on export, choose the size. So we want it 1 time magnification, so it will come out as a 450 by 450 PNG. Click export and click save. And now we'll have a export of our logo available in our own file system.